News coming in right now after big blow to the BJP in Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. BJP hints at course correction in states. BJP says we know how to course correct. Sides 2022 Gujarat sweep says will make a comeback. BJP says Maharashtra, UP assemblies will be won. So BJP says that it will course correct and ensure that what ground has been lost is regained again in states of Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra, where opposition parties in the state have now emerged as the single largest parties. In Uttar Pradesh, it is the Samajwadi Party, which has scored the maximum seats out of the 80. And in Maharashtra, it is the Congress Party, which has scored maximum seats out of the 48 in the state. Maharashtra, remember, goes to polls by the end of this year. BJP cites the case of Gujarat from 2022 when it made a comeback, it says, from the results previously in 2017 when the Congress had demonstrated that they could breach the Gujarat fortress in the state assembly. Amit Bharadwaj is now joining us for more on this. Amit, the BJP, of course, while it has to look at government formation, which is the immediate priority right now at the centre, also has to do a lot of course correction given the lost ground in very critical states like Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Bengal, for instance, as well.
True, Paulami, if you look at the numbers that have come out, on one side, the BJP is putting all efforts to ensure that the NDA government remains in power, and that effort has been, by and large, already put in, and the process is working very smoothly, especially because of Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu Naidu, assuring Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the BJP that they're going to stick around with the NDA. But the other side is that they need to actually, analyze as to what factors led to this kind of results, and it's also even more necessary because the BJP had actually given the call of 400 par, and the BJP has failed to cross the 250 mark, let alone the majority mark. So this is a big concern for the BJP, and also a big concern for the Bharatiya Janata Party, because remember in 2014 when the BJP managed to form government at the centre, it was Uttar Pradesh which had given the BJP an overwhelming mandate from the state, and the BJP had swept the entire state by a large margin, especially with 72 seats in its kitty. And the Maharashtra had become another state which had become the safer land for the BJP or the saffron parties for that matter. But this time around, the UP, it seems that the entire ground has been shaken. Now, what caused that earthquake of sorts for the BJP in UP? Because the BJP was very confident about it, especially the way it had won the Vidhan Sabha elections where Yogi Adityanath had gotten the second term as the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh.
Amit, I'd request you to hold on for a moment. At the moment, Amit Malviya, IT Cell Chief of the Bharatiya Janata Party, is joining us over the phone line. The BJP, of course, needs to do a lot of course correction, sir, in terms of regaining some of the lost ground in Uttar Pradesh, in Maharashtra, in Bengal as well. What will be the plan of action?
Well, any healthy organization looks at the mandate closely. The BJP, for one, will do it. And in due course, we will see exactly how we stand out. The immediate priority is government formation. Prime Minister Modi is going to be sworn in as the Prime Minister for the third time. It's a historic mandate. No other Prime Minister other than Jawaharlal Nehru in independent India's history has held the Prime Minister's office for 3 terms. So clearly, after the government formation is over, the next priority will be states like Maharashtra, Haryana and Jharkhand, where elections are due. The BJP will do what is appropriate.
Right. Do you consider this a weakened government? For the first time, the Prime Minister is going to helm a coalition government. The BJP wasn't able to cross the halfway mark on its own?
I don't think the phrase weakened really is what we should be using. It is certainly a coalition government, but it will be a government that delivers on all the promises that we have made. Our allies are ones that we've been around with for a very long time, the JDU and also the TDP. The BJP has had alliance with them for the longest time. So these are natural allies, unlike the opposition bloc where there are disparate parties and their only agenda is to get to power somehow, and the people of the country have obviously kept them out. So it's a very natural alliance. It's a coalition of like-minded parties. It's a coalition of leaders who have believed in a more reformist agenda. We will take the country forward. The growth momentum, the reform story will all continue as it was the case in the last 10 years.
What about, your coalition partners? You're speaking of the two of them, for instance, TDP and JDU, the two biggest coalition partners now, as far as the NDA is concerned, alongside the BJP after the BJP. TDP has made much of Muslim reservation, about special status for Andhra Pradesh. Bihar, Nitish Kumar talks about caste census. He talks about breaching the 50% mark. How are you going to balance out all of these demands, these wish lists, and how these parties have otherwise positioned themselves?
These are matters of policies. These will be decided by the government, by the cabinet, and by the coalition partners. Like I said, the moment the priority is to ensure that the government is in place, because the outgoing cabinet has resigned, there's a caretaker government, and clearly the government formation process is on at the moment. Like I said again, this is a coalition of like-minded parties which have been around together for a very long time. Whether it is the TDP or the JDU, there is a great level of comfort and understanding that we share. And we have been running governments in the past in the state as well as the center. So it's not something that is out of line like the opposition's bloc is, which is absolutely disjointed. There is no coherent ideology. It's a matter of chance for them that they've managed to garner some seats. We understand that. It's the mandate. We respect it. But the work starts, and it will be continuity of the last 10 years in office.
Mr. Malviya, I'd like to understand from you your assessment of why BJP lost ground in crucial states in Uttar Pradesh, in Maharashtra. What could be the reasons? Also, Bengal, for instance, because you are co-in charge for the state of Bengal. Your assessment of the lost ground, the 6 seats that the BJP lost to the Trinamool in Bengal.
All these assessments will be done. The process will be initiated. And it is for the BJP to reflect on, not necessarily for the media discourse.
Okay, one final question from you. Mallikarjun Kharge yesterday said after the India bloc meeting that at an appropriate time, appropriate steps will be taken to fulfill the people's desire to not be ruled by a BJP government. How do you respond to that?
He has basically conceded that they don't have the numbers and it will be NDA government at the center led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the third time. That is all that it means.
But what about a strengthened opposition in the Lok Sabha? 234 of them coming all guns blazing at the Treasury benches.
We've always had opposition. Will the opposition be more active and play a more constructive role remains to be seen. Because in the last 10 years, the opposition had a very disastrous role. They contributed nothing to policy and governance. Hopefully, this time they should be better equipped and more attuned to their role as opposition. They are still in the opposition benches and they must not forget that fact.
Right, but, they alleged in the 17th Lok Sabha, it was more about, or the 16th Lok Sabha, it was more about the BJP and the NDA having brute majority, which is why they were suspended from the House, expelled from the House, and discussions were not allowed in the House.
They didn't have ideas. It is not about the numbers. It's the power of the argument which the opposition lacked. Will they come equipped with it this time? Remains to be seen. The country is watching them.
Your comments, sir. Just one final question. I'll make that really the final question. Rahul Gandhi, there's a chorus now within the Congress party to make Rahul Gandhi leader of opposition. This time round, they have the numbers to take that position, leader of opposition.
It is for the opposition and the Congress party to decide, and it's for Rahul Gandhi to decide. But so far, he's evaded responsibility and accountability.
In what sense?
That is for the Congress party to answer.
Mr. Malviya, thank you so much for speaking with India Today. So the BJP says that it will, of course, have to introspect on the results and, of course, on the lost ground in states like Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra and Bengal that have possibly dealt the biggest blows to the BJP in these election results. Of course, they've made some gains in Andhra Pradesh because of the alliance that they sealed with TDP and Pawan Kalyan, and, of course, the state of Odisha, which came as a happy surprise for the Bharatiya Janata Party, where they're all set to form government.